Here we go. We're moving into round 3. It's week 1, folks. We still have 4 weeks plus a bonus night of Dice Masters North / Weekly Dice Arena Achievement League. It's been so fun so far, seeing a lot of different stuff. Round 3, we've got Bodi versus Ben coming up. I know both of them have brought the firepower. It's just whether they choose to use it. We'll see how it goes. Give us a show, fellas. Take it away.
All right.
Psychics.
Yeah. If you want a show, then the hell with the not re-rolling stuff.
Bodi says, give them the show. Give the people
3.
what they want.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't happen often.
I definitely can imagine that
2.
a team that doesn't re-roll and a team that has to field no
go
sidekicks or something like that is definitely going to get trounced by someone
Good luck.
Yeah, you do.
using PXG well, etc., etc. So I can see both sides of this.
Oh, you're bloody red dragon. So there's no way I'm not going to take damage.
Yeah, definitely both people going to end up with less than 20 health here. Red Dragon is
I don't want that.
a little turd, especially to keep track of as the person running the stream.
No re-rolls, but I think I'm gonna try a couple other achievements here.
There you go. Go for something
Did I re-roll
wild.
it? No, I didn't.
No.
Let me re-roll these 2. 2 fists again.
Two
Yeah.
fists for 2 fists. The old 1 and 6 2 times. Classic. Sorry, this window's bothering me in the chat, or in the stream. There we go. I think I fixed it.
You know what? I'm just gonna buy.
Oh, did we put any betting on for this? I totally forgot. I apologize, people that are here strictly for the wagers. I know you're out there, folks.
I
You're
almost
here
did
just
that
to
zero
bet your
field.
bad rolls, just to
No
get
zero
crazy
field
with those,
from Black Widow
with that
head.
fake channel currency. I love it.
Oh,
Thanks for being here. For whatever reason you are here, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
Sure, I'll field this and I'll buy a misdirection.
Field a sidekick, misdirection. Misdirection, one of my favorite basic actions. It reads, swap a target active character die you control with a character die in your used pile on the same level. So, for instance, whenever Ben has a sidekick in the field, he will be able to purchase a character and then use misdirection to instantly put it in the field, trading it for one of his active characters.
back. 3 for a Gabi.
It's
Yeah.
pretty wild.
For our-
Gabi, super clutch, classic card.
All right.
Okay.
Green Goblin Gabi says, it's from literally the first set of the game. It says, it's way down at the bottom. When fielded, Green Goblin deals 1 damage to your opponent for each sidekick in the field of
I
yours.
will buy an elf thief.
So I feel like Instant War, bringing those sidekicks out of the bag, plus Gabi is going to be pretty strong. Ooh, Elf Thief, another classic card of the meta days back, 2015, 16, maybe 16, 17, I don't remember the dates.
Mr. Moore and what?
But Elf Thief reads, if you have energy in your reserve pool, you can field Elf Thief for free. Also, when Elf Thief is fielded, you may use one of the energies from your opponent's reserve pool.
It's too bad. It's
So,
too bad.
this character's super good alongside Professor X, because on your turn, you can Professor X, and on you can also use the energy that your opponent is saving for the global
Okay.
with Elf Thief. It's awesome.
I actually like that one for.
I don't think either of these fine folks brought the Clayface global. So not going to have to deal with any of those shenanigans of bringing stuff out of the used pile into the reserve pool.
Let's re-roll Gabi.
Reroll Gabi, trying to get character side, although it's only going to deal 1 damage. Which, hey, 1 damage is 1 damage.
Sidekick. Pay 1 to field Gabi. Deal 1.
Ben takes 1. First blood has been drawn.
I'm gonna hold on to those 3. Pass priority.
I'll force a sidekick to attack. No, I'll
Alright.
force a damage.
Forces the sidekick to attack. PXG's a couple times.
Okay, I'll block Gobi.
Blocks Gabi. Takes the sidekick
Take
for
point
1.
back,
And you let the sidekick through, I'm assuming.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you only had 1 blocker. Never mind. I thought you did 2. I don't know why.
So Ben using his single die as the single generic he gets. Again, you take bag burn, which is a term that means you take damage equal to the number of dice that you cannot pull from your bag. So at the beginning of your turn, you have to pull 4 dice from your bag. If you have fewer than that,
I'll keep those.
you have to take damage for however many you cannot pull. If that makes any sense. That was like maybe the worst explanation, but I hope it made some sense. I think Ben really wanted Elf Thief there because he wanted to steal one of Bodi's question mark energies over there, chilling out, waiting for the PXG invasion. Wonder what he does here with this much energy. He's got the Warriors 3. Could go for that.
7,
8 energy. Plus the 3 masks.
By an imprisoned.
Bodi's imprisoned, which used to be another meta staple.
I'll Red Dragon to buy the imprisoned.
There you go. Red Dragon deals Bodi 1 damage. It also makes actions 2 less.
5.
Volstagg with Overcrush.
And your turn.
Alright, now I'm gonna do the old PXG.
Go to PXG a lot of times. Get a lot of dice into prep. Over to Bodi this turn.
There's 4.
So Gabi hanging out in the field, not where he wants to be. He really wants to get that cycling back through so he can field it as many times as possible. I imagine we'll see Bodi attacking with Green Goblin every turn. Especially this turn because Ben has no blockers. Ben would like to be bouncing, meaning returning Green Goblin to the field every turn. That way it doesn't have the chance to be refielded, etc., etc. Tons of energy for Bodi. I don't think he's going to reach for Obelisk, but that would make me very happy. I would maybe think he just keeps buying Green Goblins, and he's also going to Red Dragon and keep buying Instant Wars. But that's just me.
I'm gonna reroll that.
Super Rare Jubilee over there would really throw some extra damage into the fight. See what happens. He only has 1 mask, which is sort of noteworthy since all of these sidekicks are going to be going to the use pile.
Zombie Magneto for 6.
Z-Mags for 6. Straight up buys it.
The other 2 sidekicks. Hold on to this past priority.
So Zombie Magneto, super powerful card. It essentially blanks all cards that are 3 cost or less of your opponents.
Down to 12.
Ben's down to 12. Boop. Bodi attacked probably with all that stuff because he didn't want them to get imprisoned. Ben is going to get 2 sidekicks here with this imprison if he plays it, which I assume he will. Which is important because Bodi's entire strategy thus far hinges on
I will spend 2.
having sidekicks. Volstagg comes out. 2 to field, I imagine that means 2 to field means he's on his level 3 side, which is a 5/8. Pretty beefy boy.
Actually, before I do that, I'll Red Dragon to buy another imprisoned.
Okay.
And then
So-
I'll imprison your sidekicks.
The reason he had to do Red Dragon first there is because as soon as Bodi takes damage, those sidekicks that got imprisoned are returned. So you have to deal damage. Essentially, Ben's game plan is the next time he deals damage to Bodi is going to be for lethal. That's sort of the way Imprisoned works, is that you capture some stuff, and then you just hold that stuff until you can swing for 1 giant lethal blow. Gabi didn't roll, which would have been decent damage there with 2 sidekicks in the field. The good news for Bodi, though, is that he rolled 3 question marks, which could be used as PXG masks. They could be used, for a variety of different things. He could buy a misdirection here and try some used pile to field shenanigans. A lot of his other stuff is pretty expensive. I wouldn't be ultimately alarmed if he just bought another Instant War here. Red Dragon Instant War, keep 2 masks. Not going to be the most effective PXGs he ever had, but it would be a couple sidekicks that would otherwise be in the use pile and be moved over.
I want to do it here. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 for Jubilee.
2 for Jubilee. So Jubilee, super rare. Another great, powerful card.
2 sidekicks.
While Jubilee is active, when you field a sidekick, deal 1 damage to target opponent or character. So the idea is have Jubilee out there, field sidekicks, then field Gabi on top of that to deal damage. Essentially make your sidekick... Fielding a sidekick would then yield you 2 damage instead of 1.
Alright, I will pass priority 2.
Physics twice, and then a third time.
Alright. And then I'll attack the 2 sidekicks.
Sure, I'll block one.
Blocks 1, takes 1. Ben down to 11.
And your turn.
Bodi with no field, though, which could get a little sketchy here. I mean, Volstagg,
Is up with you.
he wants this misdirection. Maybe not. I mean, misdirection and a sidekick would be good. Decides not to go for it. Didn't roll character, got double masks, which is going to, I mean, set him up well for next turn. It's not going to be the real swing he wanted this turn, though. But again, the idea, the way that Ben's team is meant to work at this point is he's not going to hit Bodi unless he can kill him, because he doesn't want to give those 2 sidekicks that are imprisoned back. Tons of energy, though. I would assume that he buys it. One of the other warriors. Usually it goes Hogan next. All right, I'll just... There you go, he bought both. I was like, I suppose I'll just eat my own foot.
PSG 3 times.
But,
Alright.
the Warriors 3, for those maybe who have not experienced their wrath, each of them grants the other 2 another keyword, and they also each grant the other 2 +2/+2. So if you have all 3 warriors, Hogan, Volstagg, and Fandral out in the field, they all 3 will have Overcrush, Intimidate, and Immortal. Or Deadly, sorry. Overcrush, Intimidate, Deadly, and they would each be +4/+4, which makes them like lethal damage, just those 3 attackers alone. Zombie Magneto not going to do anything against Warriors 3 because they are not 3 cost or less. He is a big body. I mean, especially right now, Bodi's on his, or Bodi's got
level 3 Jubilee.
level 3 Jubilee and level 3 Z-Mags.
2 to field.
Super expensive fielding costs.
Side.
But in theory, they're just going to hang out and only accumulate value at this point. Jubilee going to be dealing damage anytime Bodi can field a sidekick. The problem here is that 2 of his sidekicks, which 2 sidekicks is a big deal. You only start with 8. Losing 2 of them, for all you fractions folks out there, is 1/4. 1/4 of the sidekicks have been imprisoned.
I'll pass priority.
And when that is your entire win condition, that's a pretty big deal.
One.
Professor X a couple time. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Leaves 1 sidekick out there.
Alright. And then I will... I'll attack with both 5 sticks. So he makes it a 4/3 Jubilee.
Sure, I'll block the 4/3 Jubilee. Take the 5.
Taking 5. Ben's down to 6.
Right here.
The good news is if he gets Hogan and Fandral this turn, he can intimidate out Bodi's... Oh, Pickles. Bodi has no blockers.
Oh, fun.
Oh, man.
If he doesn't roll characters here,
This could hurt.
he gets Fandral. He also has Misdirection, though, so he could buy a character misdirected in. If he could buy another Fandral, that would be legendary.
Alright, you have characters to swap out.
Yes, you do.
That's right. So you have to have an active character to swap for the one you're putting in, which is why those 2 sidekicks are super important.
Okay, so I need a Hogan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Buy a Hogan.
There it is, misdirected in for the sidekick,
In for a sidekick.
and I imagine that's lethal damage.
And then this dude has +2, so he's 8. Let's do 6. 14. 15. And then this guy's +2 for the Hogan.
Yikes.
Yikes, indeed.
There it is.
Unless you have some stuff you can do.
I have a red dragon global, and that's it. Yeah.
Thing.
Nothing else I
Crazy.
can do.
Crazy, crazy. Yeah, great game.